Hello everybody. Just putting my jacket on. So this will be the sort of first video where I'll actually be able to show you something that we do as an organic farm that conventional farms won't. Right, just put my jacket on, and God, it's a horrible, wet, miserable day, and I'm quite reluctant about getting out because I don't want to get my cab full of dirt. Bloody hell. Right, let's put my boots on. Oh dear. Right, come on. Right, let's go have a look. Tractor's an absolute state. It's nothing but rain, and I hate it when it's like this, when it's filthy. I clean it, and within a day it's like this again, but I shall keep cleaning it. Right, so this is, it looks hell of a mess because it is, but it is quite new. This is our KVIK-UP, the thing that I was talking to you about on the Simba press video. We got this in September, so it's what, 5 months old. I know it looks dirty, but the nature of what it does, you can't keep it clean. We do wash it, but within 10 yards it's like this again. So it's got some goose feet ripping legs on the front to loosen the soil up, some wheels on the front, some depth wheels on the front, some depth wheels on the back, and it's PTO driven, which goes up to a gearbox. Now we've had a little bit of trouble with the gearbox. When it came, it's like a 50 horsepower gearbox, and we just kept burning it out constantly. So we've got a proper heavy duty gearbox on there now, and we've had no issues since we replaced it. So if you're watching KVIK-UP, please put some bigger gearboxes on them. This is a 4 meter machine, and this is something that I have to do a lot with it. I've got a stake to my tractor, I don't want to look at it. Right, slow her down. Oh dear. Right, because it flicks everything up behind it into the air, it tends to settle on the back here. And somebody once suggested that we put like a deflector on here, could like weld some steel to deflect it from stopping it from doing that, but we can't, because it sort of defeats the object of what it's meant to do. It's got to throw the soil and the rubbish high up in the air to give it time to separate. So if we put a deflector on it, it'd just end up being a rotivator. That is all it would be, is a rotivator, and it's not. So I'll just clean all this stuff off. This is twitch. These are the twitch rhizomes, and this is what we want to be killing, or what we are killing. I know it's filthy, but you'll understand when you see it working. You'll understand why. Now let's keep clearing this off. I'll carry on cleaning this off, and we'll come back to you in a second. Right, so this is the business end of it. Have these driven tines on this rotor, and they flick towards me, so they rotate that way. So if you were looking at it from the side, it'd be rotating anti-clockwise. And these go into the soil try to get them about 10 centimeters in, and flick up all the roots and all the things that we don't want up into the air. It's been fairly fast. Ejects everything out backwards, all the soil flies up in the air, and all the roots, and the soil settles down on the floor and the roots settle down on top of it. And we want all the roots on top because we can get the sun to dry them out, or the frost to kill them. Now these do have a habit of snapping when you get onto heavier ground, which we do have some heavier ground. At the minute we're in some real sandy, well, it's a mixture of sand and peat. It's quite like a sandy, peaty, loamy soil at the minute. So yes, that's the business end. So as I said in my introduction video, I want to explain things, how I've got them set up. Now I've got them on and what controls I'm using, so I'll do that now. I want to try and do it with every implement. People who do this for a living, it'd be like me telling you how to suck eggs, but you know, I said I'd do it. And when I was a young lad going through looking at YouTube, it's the sort of thing I used to want to find and was interested in, so we'll do it. Right, got it set in up and down buttons. I've got it on 38% on my depth control, so you can see there it's pointing towards the number 4. Now on my screen that corresponds to 38%, and again 100% is all the way up and 0% is all the way down. Now because it's PTO driven, I've got it set in 540E on the PTO, and I'm running at 1400 revs. I've also got my automatic PTO engaged, so when I lift the implement up it knocks the PTO out. When I lower it down it engages the PTO, so I don't have to keep it running while I'm turning on the headlands. I've got my revs set on my preset engine revs, engine speed on these 2 buttons, so I press this little button underneath. Currently I'm at 1100 revs to turn around on the headland. I press this button, she's revved up to 1400, and so that's what I've got for when I'm working. What else does it tell you? I'm doing 3k as well. It's not a quick job. So right, we'll go back and we'll show you it working now. Are we on? We are. So this is a bit I've done. I just want to show you how this is how soft it makes the ground, and that's why I have to use that Simba press, because you can't plough that. It's far too soft. So this is a bit that's been done before. Now all this on top, right, they're twitch rhizomes, and that is what we're wanting to kill. Now conventional farmers will use glyphosate to kill this, but we can't, because we're organic, and discs, conventional cultivation methods don't kill it. If you chop that in half with a disc, it just makes two, and there's an awful lot of energy inside these rhizomes, and they take some killing to do. And you can see this field's been fallow for quite a while. It just had a first crop of cabbages this year, and this stuff's really got a hold in here. It has, and it's saps all the nutrients from everything else. So here's the bit that I have done, and you can see again, you know, it's flicking them out on top. Once the frost gets to them, they're well, it's good night Vienna. I mean, look, it's a big ball of it. So, but yeah, you can see how soft soft it is. See my footprints. So let's go around to the back. So there we go. You can see the depth that I'm working at there, and you can see what the tines are doing. It's cutting into the ground, and they're staggered. So there's one there, and then the row behind it, there's one in the middle, the row behind that, there's one there. So it's staggered, so it catches every bit. You know, it don't miss any. The only bit that misses is where these two units meet. You can see there's a bit that's missed. But this machine does work phenomenally well, and it's sort of revolutionised our farming methods a little bit, because it's so difficult to control. All you can do is keep taking the energy out of it, slowly, and it costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time. And this is sort of a, you know, one pass you get what, 70% of it killed, and the second pass you get everything, as long as the weather's right. Now they do it in summer or when it's frosty, and it's a bit wet today to be doing it really, but there's some really cold weather coming next week. So you want to take advantage of the frosts coming to get it back up again on the top and get it killed. So we'll climb back in. Right then, that's a good look at the KVIK-UP. So like I said before, if you want to look more and you type it into Google, it's spelt KVIK-UP, not quick up, unless you're suffering from erectile dysfunction and you're after that sort of thing, then by all means it's quite a good Google search term. But yeah, so that's a look at that. So I hope you found it interesting, something a bit different. There are videos of them on YouTube, but yeah, so if you like the video, please give it a like. If you want to look at the other videos that I've uploaded, please feel free to subscribe and keep up to date with what I'm doing. It's really early days yet. I've been doing this for about a month now, and I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed, or just leave a comment, and just so I know people are watching. If you'd like me to change anything or do something different, or just yeah, just let me know. So I really do appreciate it. So I'll catch you again. See you later. Bye bye.